All right, folks, we're back. Um, we had an interesting show yesterday. I should have brought out another light. Looks kind of dark. I should turn on the other light, but you can see me. I can see me. Um, but nevertheless, you are here. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Don't forget to sign up at meetup.com/women in Linux for the meetups and all announcements that we make as well too. Um, and as well, don't forget to join, right? Join and become a member. 100K, 300K, 500K. We'll be doing a show for the 100K, 300. Well, the 300K, 500K earners this week. Shout out to D in the back. Shout out to L Waits, Casual Economists, the Banks family. Shout out to you all, and as well as the rest of the family as well too. And again, um, I had some stuff on my mind. Um, this may hit home for some people, and it may not. May offend, may not. Who knows? Not my issue. Um, for those that have been watching, I know I've spoken to some of you, and you have been watching in silence, and you've never commented, and you've never really been to a meetup or anything of that nature. We salute you, but I also want to say, why haven't you engaged? Why haven't you came to a meeting and so forth? What is holding you back from learning? And we're going to talk about a couple of things before we get started with the show, right? Let's talk about scamming and discipline. Let's start with scamming first. And I've had this conversation with Watson as well too. So what I noticed is, um, I've seen like Pocket Watch It with JT and all the other things and all the stuff that's going on, right? But I also see another side of what we call, well, what me and my friends and stuff call, we call this real tech, right? We're not out here trying to scam you into thinking that if you ever got into tech or the ways to get in tech is a scam. So with that being said, I want you all to know. Let me say it this way because I could say it this way, right? I could easily say this, and this is part of what a lot of people would probably believe. I've never ever in my life made $200,000 in tech. I could say that, right? I could also go on to say that I have never in my life, you know, in full true confessional, ever made or had an offer for $300,000 in tech, or I've never got made $500,000 in tech. I could say that, and people would be like, "Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, and knew she was lying. Knew that was something. Knew that was what it was. Right? I could say that, right? But the minute I say you can make 100, you can make 200, you can make 300, and show you how, and show you the ways in which you could do it, bring people on that are hiring in that range. People be like, and that ain't for us, right? That's not for us. So if it's not for us, who is it for? And if you being shown how to get the skills and where to get the skills from, and teaching and training and interviewing and resume, like where's the scam at, right? You know what the scam is at? I'm gonna tell you. The scam is you. You are the scam. You are the scam, right? I'm gonna tell you why you're the scam. You're the scam because you keep telling yourself lies. You keep telling yourselves that you're not going to make it. You can't do it. You keep telling yourself that this is not possible. And you keep telling yourself that you don't deserve it. You keep telling yourself that it's no way somebody that looks like me, somebody with my color, somebody with my hue, somebody with my background, somebody that comes from where I come from, somebody that has a family that I have, somebody that even interacts or walks or talks or the things that I've done in my life, that can't be me. You tell yourself you the scam. So when you see other people talking about somebody else scamming, you identify with that because you the scammer. You the scammer from Alabama. You the scammer from Atlanta. You the scammer from Miami. You the scammer from Nigeria, Kenya. You the scammer from Puerto Rico. You the scammer from Dominican Republic. You the scammer from New York. You the scam. But why are you the scam? Why don't you believe? Why don't you believe? Who told you that you couldn't? Who told you you can't be? Why have you chosen to stay on the downside of the line versus being on the upside? Why don't you want to be on the high side of the pendulum swing versus the low side, right? Why do you want to be here? Why do you want to be over here? Let me tell you something about being over here, right? Because being right here, nobody recognizes you. Nobody sees you. Nobody sees your work ethic. Nobody knows you. You fall under the radar. You are the underground. You are the dark. You are the dark night, if you want to look at it that way. Right? Like Bane, the people that come from the ground with no lights are in. Right? You're climbing the wall trying to get out, and you can't get out. You are Darth Vader. Until he had to go ahead and tell Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father. You learn from me. I taught you everything you know. I brought you in this world. I take you out. He had to let him know. However, for those that are here on this down location of the swing, I want to give to you something no one ever shared with you. What it looks like over here. So over here, let me tell you what happens, right? Over here, you're like, oh shit, I could do that. In fact, I can do more. In fact, where I'm at, it's just temporary because I got more to gain. And you know what? They see me. And guess what? If they don't see me, I don't care. Because they still gonna see me. Because I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make the magic happen. So some of you like being right here. And I don't even want to call that stuck. I want to call it I'm calling you sleep. You get up every day, your eyes is closed, you go do a routine, you fall into it, you sleep. But then when you get over here, you're awake and you see everything and you see everybody for what it's worth. And you see more of yourself. You see more of yourself. You see when you enter a room, you're like, okay, I might be the only one in the room, but guess what? It don't matter. I came to show out. They're gonna get this work today. They're gonna get this work today. What we gotta do? Oh, okay, done. They're gonna get this work. We about to we don't move mountains, we move planets. We gonna get this work. Y'all gonna get this work today. And anybody standing in my way gonna get this work. If anybody tell me no, I'm gonna ask them why no. Make it. Let's find a yes. Don't tell me no. Find a yes. Find a possibility. So you got to find that possibility. So how do you find? Let's start back on why that possibility couldn't and could probably exist. I actually had this video. It's actually a short, and I was looking at this short right before we started, and I'm gonna let it play over, and then we're gonna watch it from the beginning. But this short probably signifies most of you. And when I say most of you, it signifies your discipline. It signifies your discipline to listen. It signifies who you are in so many different ways. And the question is how you going to change that? So let's get into this. Let it start over. Let's get you some sound because we want you to have some sound.
Rip that book and it's gonna be a problem. Okay, you think it's a joke? You gonna cry? You gonna laugh now and cry later? So you ripped it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. You wanna get smart? Yeah. Okay. How do you do about that, little girl? Okay. Shut your mouth and get your eyes. Okay. Ask you one more time. You act up in school again? Stop! Stop! Move! Is you gonna act up in school again? No! I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, on TikTok, everybody ain't showing the little boy completely just disrespect.
All right, so what you saw there was a little boy disrespecting his mom. He been acting up in school, and his mom and his dad was like, "Yo, stop." He's talking back to the mom like, "Yeah, I ripped the book up, and so what? You a girl. I ain't gonna get beat by no girl." So you know what they did? They took his PlayStation, they took the TV, they put it out in the driveway, and they rolled over it. Now, why did I show that? Because some of you don't even have discipline in your life. And when I talk about discipline, I'm not just talking about discipline from a parent. I'm talking about discipline to save money, discipline to go out here and actually do the work. You got to put in work. You want to be on this side of the pendulum, you're gonna have to work to get from here to there. You're gonna have to put in work. You're gonna have to put in work. If you ain't putting in no work, what's the point? What you get up and go to work every day for? Just to sit there and be average? Why do you want to be average? And nobody's saying there's nothing wrong with being average when you could be so much more. Some of you just don't have the discipline, and you're gonna have to work to create that structure, that discipline, in order to get from where you are, from right here to right here. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that upward pendulum swing where you start to see things differently. That mindset shift that I was talking about that last night, the limiting beliefs that you can't do nothing, that you can't be somebody, that you're not supposed to be in tech, that you're not supposed to be a millionaire, that you're not supposed to earn that. You gotta have discipline. And it don't and listen, if you don't get it at home, the streets will give it to you. If you don't get discipline at home, the streets will give it to you. You will get discipline at work. You will get discipline from being unemployed. Trust me. Go try it. Go live on the street. Go live in a tent under the bridge. Go try it. The discipline will come whether you get it at home or not. Now you got to figure out where you gonna get that at. You can either go to jail or you not. You can either learn how to read or don't. You can learn how to do math or not. You can learn what binary is or don't. What I'm simply saying is you're going to have to figure out the structure and the discipline that's going to work for you and your structure to get you where you need to be. And when you don't get figured that out and you need help, you need to get in a group that's willing to help you figure out how to discipline and how to structure yourself. You can't go through life without it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be mama bear today if you want me to be. If you got to shoot my pinky toe off, that's fine. But I'm just here to let you know you're gonna have to find some type of structure in order to move from here to the next level. And you're gonna have to put in work. Sometimes you ain't gonna be able to go to that concert. You ain't gonna be able to go see Usher in Vegas. You ain't gonna be able to go see Beyonce. You ain't gonna be able to go to the family and friends concert. You ain't gonna be able to go to the local picnic. You ain't gonna be able to go to that all-white party. Because you focused. You focus. You know if you know that you're not good at reading and you know you're not good at comprehending things and you need a little extra time, make it happen. Get the extra time. Find a tutor. Get it with a mentor. Stop sitting on the sideline, though. Discipline. What is going to be your structure? What is going to be your discipline? What is going to be your plan to get to the next level? What are you going to do? And some of you have never, ever had seen discipline before in your life. You've been told you've been the greatest thing since sliced bread. Some of you have been told that you are the one. Some of you have been told that you ain't nothing. Now, how do you find the structure and the discipline to come out of both of those? Some of you are too strict. Some of you won't even let yourself laugh. You're so strict on yourself, you're causing ulcers in your body. Some of you are just living. What are you going to do? How are you going to switch it up? How are you going to change that, right? But what you're going to have to figure out is, and what you're going to have to come up with is a plan, and you're going to have to discipline yourself, and you're going to have to buckle down. Charlene Eric said, I use negativity as positivity to fuel to go harder and make more happier than they believed I could. Yeah. And sometimes you got to sit down and and this is a hard pill right here. Sometimes you got to take in all the negativity. You hear them, you see them, you see how they're moving, you see how they act. Now you come up with a plan. They be like, oh, that person gets clipped. Got to watch that person. I see how they moving. They ain't even who they are as a person. Some of y'all are out of character. Some of you are out of line. You're out of line with your family values, if you have any. You're out of line with your purpose. You're out of line in the direction in which you want to go in. You're out of line even within the direction that you have chosen to go in. You got out of line with it. Today, let's get back in line. Let's work on discipline, work ethic, character building. Stop aligning yourself with your own mental scam. Stop aligning yourself with that. You don't have to. You need to discipline yourself. Read a book for an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes. Read something. Read out loud. Listen, if you're an Audible person, fine. Go listen to Audible. But don't sit here and complain about why somebody else is able to make 200,000 or 300,000 or 500,000 and you call them a scam. No, you the scam. Because you don't even believe that you can do it. So damn sure can't believe that I can do it. No, you the scam. In fact, I need for you to move out my way. Get out of my way, get out my life, and get the fuck on. That's what I say. Stop blocking me from getting to where I need to be, where I want to be. Don't block me. Go block them scammers you rolling with. Go block their numbers. We don't have time. Life is too short. Life is too precious. Get this money. Get your retirement together. Get your family plan together. The family that don't want to roll with you, cool. Leave them where they at. The family that want to roll with you, come on, let's go. The family comes in different forms. It ain't family just like a family that's blood. Sometimes the people that grown up with you all your life, they're family and they stuck. You got to leave them stuck. Stop living your life like this. On pause. You just on pause. Everything is just whisking past you. Shout out to India KB for the $4.99 super chat. If you don't want to work, if you don't want to see yourself succeed, if you don't want to see me succeed, get out the way. Let me work. Let me go make this. Let me go do this. Yo, boom, here you go, 200,000. Change 2 lives this week. Change 2 lives this week. We try to change lives every day. Change 2 lives this week. Somebody was able to double their income. Those that been to the meetup know who I'm talking about when I say Petty Kai. Shout out to Petty Kai. He was able to double his income. Shout out to Think Big. Was able to triple his income. And we're not talking about 50,000. I'm talking 200, 400, 300, 400,000. You're talking about changing lives. Money that you can really see. Money that you can be like, oh, okay, I could do something with that. Let me put this up. Let me put this whole check up. Down to earth, you said you've been so distracted. I have 50 pages to read and a few videos to watch to get this certification. I'm so unmotivated after I logged off from work. But I'm now going back to the library after work. Yeah, go to the library. Turn them 50 pages into 10 pages. Like, don't try to do all 50. Break them into 10 pages. Break that down. But don't get on the sideline and sit over there and you let the year is gone. We're going into July. Half of the year is gone. We about to be in 2024 and everybody's still trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2023. It's gone. You about to be a new age. You turning older, whatever it is. If you've been breathing on this planet, you finna be a year older, whatever that is, whatever age that is. You about to be a year older. And you've been sitting on the sidelines for the past 2 years. You were sitting on the sidelines before the pandemic. You were sitting on the sidelines before the pandemic. I am Adele Jean. You said I will be in Tampa in September for a family reunion. Will you guys have a meetup before or around Labor Day? Probably we could do something before that. I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about having a meetup in Colorado, the DMV, and Tampa. Were the three locations that I was thinking about to close out the year. But in order even for you to get to the meetup, you need to have discipline. You gotta have discipline to save the money. You gotta have discipline to get the hotel. Like everybody can get to the party, right? You can all get to the party. It's what you do after you get to the party. It's what you do after you leave. What's your implementation? It sounds all good. We could be all motivational while we there. Yada yada yada. Skip the whoop de doop de doop de da. I could do all of that. But if you come to any of our meetups, if you come to anything that we do and you don't have no pen and paper, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. Because you're gonna ask me to repeat something, and when I get going and I get to thinking about stuff and introducing stuff, it just comes, and I'm just gonna let it ride. And no, I ain't record shit. We just gonna let it ride. You should have been there. We're just gonna let it ride. Whatever comes out, comes out. Whoever shows up, shows up. Whoever's hiring, they're hiring. You gotta be ready. Charlene Erics, thank you for your super 4.99 super chat. We appreciate you. Either you're gonna get this work or you're gonna be on the sideline. We got things to do. I saw Anton Daniels put out the mission to get to 250. I already had been at 200 and I already had said 300. I don't know why y'all think it's a game out here. It ain't no game. They already showing you $6.2 billion with the Ukraine, partnerships with India. They gonna get that work. And you're gonna be sitting there looking like, God damn, I'm the permanent underclass. How did we get here? I'm telling you, I can tell you how you got here. I can tell you. Let's get into it. Rich Americans are fooling themselves about their retirement readiness. Do you want to start there? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'll start there. Or maybe we'll start here. Let's start here. Let's get you some healing. Down to Earth, thank you for your $10 super chat. I see you out there. Keep going though. Don't stop. All right. Let's get into
fall.
this.
And that means those who haven't had to make payments since the pandemic are about to face
This video is talking about Duke University to offer free tuition to students from the Carolinas with family incomes below 150. Go take advantage of that. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, listen. Let me be clear when I say this. If you got the love for the HBCUs, go do that. But if somebody is offering you free tuition to go to Harvard or Yale, go. If somebody's offering you free tuition to go to college, take it. Why wouldn't you? Don't let people shame you out of free education. Don't be afraid to have a free education. Don't let people shame you. This is one of the things. Pull this up on the screen from D. Put me on the big screen. This is another thing that people talk about it all the time. They're like, you might have been a diversity hire in tech. I don't give a damn. You think I care? You was a diversity hire. So freaking what? I'm here. We out here. And I'm finna do the damn thing. They're gonna look around and be like, what the dope man done sold me? Because I'm finna go through I'm going through everything. What they do over here, What y'all got going over here? I'm a part of that org. I'm over there. I'm over here. I'm finna do. Oh yeah, you open the door for me. Okay, cool. Y'all got some more doors open. Bring it in. Let me. Hey, little buddy. Hey, my guy, little buddy. Show that. They opening up the door. Come on through. Let's go. And then when you get in here, you need to be a part of this group. You need to do this. You need to do that. And look, I came in. They brought me in at 120, but now I'm at 340. Let me show you what you need to do to get to that 340. Come on, let's do this work. I got. Oh, you don't want to do it? You don't want to work. You okay with the 140? Okay, well, we're gonna put you out the side. Go on over there. Go on over there and let me get with these other people. What y'all doing over here? Oh, y'all building satellites. Okay. All right. Well, then what I got to do that? Okay. You went to school for this. Okay. Let me look that up. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Now, okay. Oh, okay. So now what you're doing is now you're programming. Okay. You're doing, embedded systems. Oh, okay. Okay, just read this book. Yeah. And I'll train you when you come in. Like, read these chapters and we'll go over it when you get in. Okay, John, thank you. John, appreciate you. Billy, he's going to show me this. Yeah, when you get done with John, come over here and I'm going to show you what we're doing over here. Okay, Billy and John, every day. Okay. I read these books over here. Yeah. Okay, now, when I get ready to leave, I've been trained by Billy and John. I done seen how they work. I done seen how they move. I done sat back and watch how they work. So that 125 that I might have came in at, I'm finna go over here and get 350. I'm finna go over here and get 225. I'm going over here and get 200. I'm going over here and get more than what I had before because now I got knowledge. Now I understand how you move. And you know what? I did it as a diversity hire. And so what? They treat you different. They're going to treat you different any damn way. So damn what? I don't even like y'all like that. I'm cool. I'm not coming to your house for the dinner. I don't even eat at the potluck. Right? So what difference do it make? Get the lights up. Why would you turn down free education? Why would you turn down a free conference ticket? Why would you turn it down? Yes, I'm a diversity conference goer. Yes, I'm filling it out. Oh, I ain't never ran into black people like you. Thank you. I ain't never ran into white people like you, but that's okay. So let's keep it pushing. I ain't never ran into Indian people like you. That's okay. Let's keep this pushing. Whatever you think, whatever difference you think it is, whatever difference you think you got going on, you different than me. I'm different to you. But let's get this work. Let's get this money. What I got to do, where I need to be. That's all I'm saying. Back to the registration program.
Student loan payments are set to restart this fall, and that means those who haven't had to make payments since the pandemic are about to face a tough reality. The average payment is $400 a month, but one college is putting plans in place to ensure some future students won't face such a high financial hurdle. Duke University is offering full tuition grants for undergraduates from North and South Carolina, but those family income is $150,000 or less. Joining us now is Gary Bennett, Dean of Duke's Trinity College of Arts and Sciences. Dean, good to talk to you today. Why make this move now?
Well, look, we're just very, very eager to help students in North and South Carolina know that Duke can be an affordable option. We know that the process of applying to college and navigating all the challenges with financial aid can be very complex. And we want families to know that Duke is an affordable option and for them to consider us as an option for their students if their students find their fit here.
How many students is this expected to benefit? And what do you expect the interest then to be like from the two Carolinas, from North Carolina and South Carolina, given the fact that an offering like this is hard to come by?
Yeah, well, the largest number of students at Duke are from North Carolina right now, about 340 students. And so we expect that we'll see more applications from North and South Carolina over the next couple of years. And if that happens, it would be a very welcome outcome for us.
The conversation about high tuition costs, just the cost of a college education, has been ongoing, magnified by what's been playing out with the student loan pause. What's your assessment, at least when you talk about your university, about to what extent those high costs are keeping prospective students on the sidelines?
Well, there are many of the 4,000 institutions in the U.S., and each one has a slightly different profile with respect to its costs and its tuition charges. Here at Duke, we are very.
So let's pause. The cost of a university attendance for a first-year student at Duke is $63,000 for the tuition. It is $2,700 in some fees, $10,000 for housing, $10,000 for food, coming out to $85,000. And some of you would sit up here and you would be like, it ain't an HBCU. We need to keep our kids in the HBCU. Okay, fine. It's the HBCU offering free tuition. Can your kid afford to go to the HBCU? Can you send the kid to the HBCU? Get the stuff that's free. Let it work into your advantage. Again, I get it. You want to be around your people. It's something about going and seeing this and playing in the SWAC. It's something about having the band. I get that. But if you ain't got it, Sway, don't sit up there and torture the child and yourself when you can go get it for free. Another way you can get it for free, start joining these apprenticeship programs. Start going to school and looking at these schools that got apprenticeship programs. Go work at the college. You can go IT work at the college. Listen, some of you got student loans and ain't gonna never pay them off. Some of you are sitting over here 40, 50, 60, 70, 200, $300,000 in student loans, and this tuition free, and you'll still say, but it ain't a HBCU. You'll still say it ain't Harvard. You'll still say it ain't Yale. You'll still say, well, it ain't Morgan, it ain't Howard. No, it ain't. It's free. It ain't. It's free. Go get what's out there. Listen, some of you are extreme coupon savers. You do couponing. Just look at this as a coupon. Just look at it as a coupon. That's it. Charlene Everett, you said I did this, and this was earlier. You was like, you did a top level executive and made yourself available to listen, learn, and I was able to make money and fill in for many departments if needed. Tam, you right? Yeah, the art of hustle, the art of the hustle. All right. Tam, do you think if out of state student state resident came in, they take part in this opportunity? Master, they probably could. I'm not sure. We have to read the rules and the regulations. I promise I wouldn't want to be around my people that much. Duke here. Like, go get this. What wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And Duke is recognized. People know Duke name. I'm not saying that going to a PWI is the all, the be all. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm simply saying is, if you can get it for free and you can get it from a name, you're going to have to compete. This goes back to that discipline I talk about, because you're going to have to compete. I don't know what college you go to. I don't know. I don't know where. Listen, I don't know all these red pill talking points that women like to compete with men. We compete in college. You compete. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. You compete. You go to school, you get them grades, you compete. You compete when you go fill out them job applications, you're competing. You go compete when you go down there to get that loan, you competing. I know a couple of people that graduated from Duke. Duke got a strong black presence at Duke. It's a strong black presence at Duke. I know a couple of people who are over that are alumni from Duke. In fact, I was in their wedding. They got a strong presence at Duke. They don't play. In fact, you can go on YouTube. There is they actually got a channel, I think. Duke Black Student Body, something like that. They got a whole channel where they actually talk about um 50 years of black students at Duke. There's a documentary on that. They actually got just a whole thing over at Duke of what their experience is, who they are, their pride, the whole nine. So it's a whole slew of them over at Duke that talk about being at Duke, right? So you go check them out. Same thing with Harvard. Same thing with Yale. There's black students at Yale, Harvard, Brown, Harvey Mudd, all of those, right? But again, at the same token, um, get what's out there available for you, and don't let people shun you and think that because you're a diversity hire or because you got in on DEI. Listen, even the Asians went back and had to sue and be like, they letting them all in. We're diversity too. We're DEI. We're DEI. I mean, it comes in all ways and forms. But listen, don't ever turn down the opportunity to get something that's gonna better your life. That's gonna put you in a different pendulum swing, like that pendulum swing that I talk about. That pendulum swing come back, but it also come back and it don't stop right here and go back to the other side, and then they come back down and go back up. So you got to figure out which side you want to be on. Don't get stuck right here. Be over here on the pendulum swing. It's okay. It's all right. And sometimes that pendulum, if you push it hard enough, it'll go up and come back up over here. Right? It don't just sometimes it don't stop right now. You push hard enough and come back up and go over here. But it's okay. Right? Listen, anytime I need to see my people, I know where to go. I'm from Atlanta. I know where to go. Just fly into Hartsfield Airport. Get you a long layover about 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, and just walk around. You be all around. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. You can go get you feel like you need to be around black people. Houston, Atlanta, go drop in, walk around the airport, talk to some people, watch some people, do some people watching, go pull up at a restaurant, get you a couple of drinks, go outside, do a little tour, get on back, go on the plane, be on your merry little way. You can do the same thing in Houston. You feel like you ain't got enough color, you ain't been around enough of us, go fly in, dippity out, skippity doo, boop, boop, boop. Hit up a hookah lounge, go to a museum, go to a concert, go to a jazz in the gardens. You can get all the color you want. Go to an all white party, go to a day party. Hell, make it a long ass layover. You got to do, if you want to do an overnight layover in Atlanta, you can do that. Do your overnight layover in Atlanta. Get you a hotel downtown so you can be centrally located to do what you need to do. Hit up all the little spots. Go all through Atlanta. Go on through Atlanta. Once you get done with Atlanta, take your ass back to the airport and then dip on out. You can fly Spirit if you feel like you got to be around your fly Spirit. Frontier. You can, if you feel like it. If you feel like you're missing your people. Spirit. If you're flying in Atlanta, fly Delta, because you know Delta is the hub in Atlanta. We don't play about Delta. What you doing? You flying on Delta, first class. You can do that. Go sit in the lounge. Get your Amex. Go sit in the lounge. Go to the Centurion Lounge. Go on in there. Get your free drink on, girl. Get your free food on. What? And the perks. And get your ass on. Again, that's if you need it. However, for those that don't need it, free tuition here at Duke. All right. The cost is $85,000 in total. All right. They turned the comments off on this. I'm gonna finish this off.
To be one of just over 100 institutions in the U.S. that admits students without attention to their financial background. Those things are separate for us. We do admissions in one way, and then we think about how to package students with a sort of an arrangement of financial support. I think the other thing that's important to note for us is that we are one of a few institutions nationally that makes a commitment to meet 100% of our students' demonstrated needs. So, we're providing what we think of as very generous financial aid packages before this plan. The change here that we're making is that we want to be more clear with families in North and South Carolina about our commitment to affordability. Again, we know this can be challenging for families and going through the FAFSA and these all manner of forms and documentation. And we want families at the outset to know that if their students find a fit here and if they're admitted here, that this is an affordable and accessible option.
Is there a way you think to slow what has been a very, very rapid increase in the cost of tuition? We just had it up on the full screen there, more than $85,000. If you were to pay full price, you weren't able to qualify for any of that aid. That's how much you would pay per year, and it's estimated. Is there more that can be done or should be done in order to kind of slow the dramatic increase that we have seen year after year after year?
I'd say every college is a little bit different. I can tell you that here, this is something that we look at very closely each year.
So let me talk about that part. She's like, is there a way to slow it? Yes, it is. Let me tell you how you on the other side of this screen, let me tell you how you can slow that tuition cost down. You can slow that tuition cost down by one, going to work at companies that have partnership with these colleges. So how do you get into companies that have partnerships with these colleges? Your companies like your Lockheed Martins, your SAICs, even some of the community colleges have these partnerships where you can see yourself, one, by getting the skill set to get the job, backdooring in to the college because they have a partnership and they may offer that master's program and sometimes that bachelor's program for free. So you can alleviate that cost by backdooring it. That's one way. Another way to backdoor it is go work at the school. Another one is go to the community college and then transfer in. Get rid of your general ed. And in fact, you may not even have to go community college. You may be in high school and smart enough and get college credit classes where you get rid of the first 2 years. And when you roll in, you may be going in for your major. So you're cutting out 2 years. There's always a way to backdoor in this education. So imagine if let's say you're 19, you're 18, 19. Well, let's say you're 17 and you get a summer internship, and that summer internship pay you $90,000 as an intern. And they say they'll allow you to work remotely on your work while you're in college. Would you take it? Or you meet someone who's like, you want to be a computer engineer, and I'm really looking forward to you to being a computer engineer. And they interview you, and they like your work ethic, and they like they like what you're trying to do, and they say, you know what? We're going to sponsor you for the next 4 years to go to college. Would you take it? Would you like to be introduced to a person that does that? Because I know a person that does that. Every year they pick 5 students that want to go into an engineering program, and they meet them and they talk to them and they have dinner with them and they get to know them, and then they sponsor them to go to college for a full ride for 4 years, including staying on campus, because they just want to see you win. And there's not a particular school, as long as you're going for engineering. Now, some people have taken advantage of this and said, well, I thought I wanted to go to engineering. Now I decide I want to be a veterinarian. That ain't what they signed them up for, right? Los Alamos Lab will pay for your master's and job that pay 110 secure and the security clearance. Exactly. The DoD does have a thing. Let me see. DoD Cyber School. Let me pull this up here. Right here. Oh, come on, DC Mill. Let me pull it up on this one. Hopefully it'll come up. Yep. Cybercrime Center. Let me see what they got courses here. There's also a DoD school that you can go to, where they send you to cyber school. I think it's one of these: CISA, Digital Academy, National Center for Academic and Cybersecurity. There's another one. I can't remember the name of it, but they got the Cyber Academy training. Let me see. DoD colleges, cyber. What was a cyber something? I know about WGU, and that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about WGU. It may be this one. See, a designation to award to DoD schools. Yeah, there's like different DoD schools, right? Academic institutions may choose from 3 designations. Okay, yeah. So they got different schools that that partner with them for this as well. That's what that is. They probably changed it. But schools like your Capella, SAIC Cyber Partnership. Capella had, see, SIC forges cyber education partnership with Capella. This is old because I went through it. That's how I got my degree. See, that's all the way back in 2010. That's when it started. I graduated in 2012 with it. And so you'll have companies like this that will partner with colleges, and you go get your degree. So that's what I did. I went in. Let me blow this up. I went and got my information insurance when I was at SAIC, and I went to college for free. So they have partnerships, and then you get the education, and it's all paid for you to get your degree. That's on your master's, and then some of them have partnerships for you to get your bachelor's. For say you in marketing and you want to go to school for engineering and maybe make a transition. Some of them have partnerships in which you can do that, right? Let's go back, because I think WGU is the big one now. And look, this came out. And this is why I tell y'all to be mindful of certain these things, right? So look at this. SIC wins $64 million award to develop an application system for SDA. Like this is where your money is. You know what? You want to know what money is at. Somebody got to work these jobs. Somebody wins the contract, somebody got to work it, right? That's just how it works, right? Look at this right here. Let's get over here. Let me bring this over because this is a good segue right here. And I'm gonna do more on some training and DoD stuff and on the next show. I don't want to bog this show down. So let's get into this.
Taking a look at Ford shares moving to the upside of just about 1%. Automaker winning a massive loan from the Department of Energy. Yahoo Finance's Proud Supermanian has the details on that with just over $9 billion. And it's Ford and their battery manufacturing partner, right?
Right, SK, South Korea battery manufacturing company. Yeah, so it's like, we knew these plants were happening, these 3 plants in Kentucky and Tennessee, but we didn't know that they had $9.2 billion in government low interest financing for these projects. Massive loans, the biggest that the LPR loan programs office has ever lent to any manufacturer or any company for that matter. So good for Ford to get that. GM and LG also had a smaller loan around $3 billion for their battery facility. So it's not unprecedented, but the size and scope is big. And people are asking, is that necessary for Ford, a company that can tap, private markets to raise money? Do they need this much government funding? But Ford would say, this is a big deal. They gave us a statement, said that major tech transitions take time. You need public and private sectors to work together. And the DOE's foresight here will help do the same for transition to zero emission transportation. So that's a big deal. I think that's why we're seeing that here.
Pras, in many ways, you look at this and you think, well, this sounds sort of similar to what we've seen in other countries like China, where the government gives huge subsidies to really support the local companies. I mean, the EV rate.
So $9.2 billion for DOE. I keep telling you about these new tech cities that they're building. You're getting the information now. Go be active. Go execute. Right? We talked about Augusta. Ford is getting $9.2 billion along with its partners to build these battery plants. So there's going to be more manufacturing jobs. They're putting in more cybersecurity around these manufacturing plants and solar plants, and they're building out other cities to the tune of billions. Now, I'm going to show you this. Let's look at this. Let's go one step further because we were just talking about security, right? Let's go one step further. Google, it looks blurry on the screen. Let me blow it up. Google announces $20 million investment for cyber clinics. The announcement dovetails the growing interest in Congress to invest in the next generation of the cyber workforce. I keep telling you, DevSecOps not going anywhere. Infrastructure not going anywhere. I could sit on the sidelines and be like, well, AI is going to do this and AI is going to do that. DevSecOps not going anywhere. In fact, we were just talking about this yesterday. There's a group of people that don't want to be worried with whether they smoke, whether they drink. They don't want to have their backgrounds checked. They don't want to be bogged down with those jobs. And those jobs are actually paying the 200, the 300, the 400,000, right? But they don't want to do that work. So that leaves the door open for people that want to do that work. Not only for the people that want to do that work, they don't mind having their background checked. They don't mind having their credit checked. They don't mind that. They don't mind that if I go to work, I'm going to be here for 2 years. I'm going to work this job and I may be gone in 3. I don't know. Or I may stay, depending on what the golden handcuffs look like. Those that was on the meetup, you know what golden handcuffs I'm talking about? I'm talking about that 25% that a company will put into your 401k, regardless of what you do. That 10% of that they put into your 401k, regardless of what you do. We're talking about those companies. We call them golden handcuffs. Do you mind them golden handcuffs? If you know in 5 years, you can have anywhere from 500,000, to $1 million into your 401k. You can use that money to go buy a house. You can use that money to go buy a multiplex. You can use that money to do whatever you want to. Hell, you can go buy on a damn trip if you want to. But it's there. So let's look at it. So Google announces $20 million investment for cyber clinics. Google is committing more, and that looks small on your screen. Let me do that. It looks a little small. Here we go. Google is committing more than $20 million to support the creation and the expansion of cybersecurity clinics in 20 higher education institutions across the United States. Such clinics rely on university students to provide free cybersecurity service to local institutions by deploying students to community organizations to improve digital defenses. University cybersecurity clearance aim to give students cybersecurity experience, improve local defensive capacity, and steer students towards work in cybersecurity. Right. So that's one. Let's go over here because we don't stop over here. SANS.org. Right. I've told you about this. Trained, certified. Let's go over here and look at their scholarships. Right here. Scholarships. All right. What scholarships do they have? They got scholarships for veterans, women's cybersecurity, diversity academy, right? They actually partner with HBCUs. This is the one I was talking about, where you can come over here and learn, get into one of their degree tracks or one of their tracks. In fact, I think they even have a bachelor's and a master's, I believe. Let me go back over here. Trained, certified, courses on demand, getting started, degree and certificate programs right here. Right? You can go undergrad or you can get a bachelor's degree right here. Undergraduate certificate or a bachelor's degree from SANS.org, right? Right here. Right? You got to sign up. They have I guess they got a session, join the online information session on the 29th. They got a 29th information session, right? Why am I mentioning this? This is what I talked about before. I talked about this. I talked about this on Black Women Making Money show. And I've talked about this in my meetup. Where you get paid, well, if you get 85 and above, apply to be a teacher, start teaching different classes and curriculum, you can make $12,000 a week, or you could be a teacher's assistant and make, I think it makes $5,000 or $7,500, and I think it's class dependent on that. So why wouldn't you take the opportunity to go get 85 and above? So let's talk about it. Let's do some math, because I like giving you the real math. So let's look at it. So let's say you taught the class. It's a popular class. Let's say you taught it 3 times in 1 month. So I'm just for you, because people don't believe 3 times in 1 month, that's 36,000. Let's say you teach it. Let's say you teach it like that for 6 months. So in 6 months, you made $216,000. Let's say you take off 2 of those months and then come back, and let's say you work 8 months total, right? So 36 and 36, 72. So let's just add 72,000. Let's say you work 8 months. So 8 months, you made $288,1099, right? $288,1099, right? And let's say that you take a break. On your break, you go earn another certificate. Or you may want to teach another class, or you may start creating classes, right? So I'm just showing you from a perspective of you can make money on the education. You can make money teaching. You can make money being a teacher's assistant, right? You can make money by creating courses. You can make money by being vocal about and doing community work. And when I say community work, like being a community manager or what have you. I'm just trying to show you different ways so you don't sit here and get stuck and let the pendulum just keep swinging by you, right? It's just gonna keep swinging by you, right? Put a 1 in the chat if 288 sounds good to you. Put a 1 in the chat if 288 sounds good to you. So with SANS.org, the way they work is if you came up here to Not course delivery. It's not. Oh, I may have to go back to their main page. This is SAIC.edu. Train certified, and if you go to their roadmaps, and let me back down off of this. So I'm here. Okay, so you say, is this for entry level? They have an introduction to cybersecurity, and each one of these colors represent your teams. So when we talk about blue team, red team, green team, purple team, this is what I'm talking about. So each one of these represent the color for the teams, right? But you have to decide on what really works for you. I would go attend that information session on the 29th and any other information sessions that they have. I gotta get Dennis on back on the list. I'll have him come speak. In fact, on the 12th, Frank Kim, who used to be a director over at SAIC.org, is actually coming to speak, and he'll be a good person to talk to. He's going to come to the meetup. So if you don't show up to the meetup, that's what it is. It is what it is. Right? I think I'm gonna do it live. I think I'm gonna stream it live. I don't know. I ain't decided yet. I may keep it private. I ain't decided yet. But when you look at these, you see the blue, right? And this right here, if I click on here, this is going to follow, and you follow the blue right here. It's going to show you what classes you could take, the path, this, that, and another. These classes are expensive. I'm not going to tell you go pay these out of pocket. That's why I say look at the scholarships, look at what they're offering, and so forth, and sign up for them that way. All right. Where did I go? I went to. Let me go back. Keep going back. Oop, I went too far back. So SAIC.edu. Let me go here. SAIC.edu. And they had an information session that I was on. Let's see. Spring champions. Top. Let's go here. SAIC info session. June 29th. Let's see if it come up right here. Discover the best college programs in cybersecurity. That's for the college programs. They also have their webinars as well too. And their webinars are really not like info sessions, like how about SAIC and stuff like that. You may have to go on their site and try to find out about SAIC, but they just have webinars as well for this. And actually, I'm actually going to be on one of their webinars. I'm actually going to be on one of SAIC's podcasts coming up here soon, so you'll be seeing me on SAIC's. Let me see. Get started in cyber. Let's look and see what they got here. Unlock your potential. Anyone can start a career. February the 2nd. Free resources, new update degree. Let's see, additional resources. Do I need a certification? Reviews. Look to see if they got any type of info session. So let's do this SAIC cyber info sessions. All right, let's see if they got one. So that's the online. They got the webinar, training events, degrees, cybersecurity resources. Their summits. I think their summits are free. Upcoming cybersecurity summits. I think some of their summits that they have, their virtual summits, are free. Right here, and that's another way to find out about what they're talking about. But look at this. This is what I want you to see. This one. Let me blow this up. So I want you to see right here. This is another thing I want to. I'm gonna bring this up. The Blockchain Security Summit, October 5th through the 6th. right? It's a virtual summit. Attend live online for free. Learn about blockchain virtual summit. Okay, you say, Tameika, why do I care about that? You don't have to. But I want to show this. Let me get this. I may need to do this over here. So here, I posted this in Slack. Let me blow that up. Let me go back to my screen so I can see what it looked like. All right. Exciting job opportunity. If you're passionate about crypto and skilled at trading, we want you. High frequency trader, crypto trader. You would be an integral part of an elite prop firm. The crypto trader target compensation is $1 million plus. Let me blow that up some. I don't think you all can clearly see that. There you go. $1 million plus. Again, people lie and tell you out here and say Tameika don't know what she talking about. Ain't no job out here paying you $1 million. Ain't no job out here paying you $350,000. I can show you time and time again. I have the receipts for them. So it is what it is. Right? 1 million. I didn't make it up. It's right there. Joe has been on the show. We did an exclusive with Joe. So we've done at least 2 or 3 shows with him. I got to get back with Joe so we can get the trading. We want to get the training up. All right. So let's go over here to Joe's site because he has another one that he actually posted and it was for $350. Let me see. Yeah, right here. Unicorn status crypto shop looking to onboard blockchain researcher, a blockchain researcher, as they finalize on their current round of funding with an evaluation of $1 billion. All right. Here's the link to the job application. The blockchain researcher, a quant researcher, is paying $100,000 to $300,000. It's 100% remote, and you get equity options as well too. So it could exponentially be $400,000 easily, especially if you're getting equity options as well, right? And you could cash out on that, right? But a blockchain researcher, right? Again, sit on the sidelines. You don't want to make the million. Get out the way. It's okay. You don't believe. You the scammer because you don't believe. Go over there. Just everybody behind the camera, just push them to the side. Like just push them over there. Push them over there. All right. This is amazing. I'm on my lunch break. Thank you so much. I got to get out of this field so I can appreciate all the info. You welcome. You're welcome, Creole lady. Right? Register. Execute. Thank you for execution. Right? Thank you for execution. Sign up, execute. Don't sit by and like, oh, that was good info. And you get off and you go talk about it to your friends. But your friends looking at you like, why you talking about it? You ain't even execute. So I don't believe you. Your friends looking at you like, I don't believe you. You looking at you like, you right. You right. I am the scam, right? But yeah, 1 million for one, 300,000 for the other one. Let's go back to Joe because there is another one that he had actually posted as well too. Let's see. He posted this one 3 weeks ago. It may be gone. Let me see. Oh, it's still up. Utilizing C++, Ethereum. They don't have the job. He don't have the numbers on this one. Let me go back to my thing that I pulled up. Let me make sure. Right here. Yeah, this is the one I wanted. Copy and let thou paste. This one was a quantitative strategist, 150 to 350. They're quantitative strategists. Right? So what I'm trying to show you, there are different ways and different fields of tech. And I even showed you the blockchain security. So you don't think that somebody that's working at one of these startups like this is looking for somebody that understands blockchain security? Yeah, they are. You don't think blockchain security can be anywhere? Yeah, it can. Capital One, Chase, any of the insurance industries as well, right? Your Geico's, your the General, all of them, right? Where is the meetup? And are you having a session on AI and cybersecurity AI? I might have a session on that. I mean, I got a whole ton of information. I still have a whole AI. I got three. I got 3 pages of AI cyber training security that I didn't do for an episode that we did on AI. I still have that, and I still have not shared all that information. I have that information. Free classes, free training, the whole nine, right? Let me get back to my episode of what I want to see. Okay, that's the wrong one. It's got to be this episode here. All right. So let's transition and let's talk about being a millionaire. Let's talk about being a millionaire. I had the book up last night. Oh, hold on, let me back up to get it. Back up to get it. I had it last night. I'll show it again today. The Employee Millionaire, right? The Employee Millionaire. And last night I talked about in this book about limiting beliefs, which goes in line with the mental scam that you have for yourself. However, one of the things about being a millionaire and understanding discipline, like you got to listen to somebody. And this is what I never understood about some certain people, right? What I didn't understand about certain people is you've never made 200,000, so or 300,000 or a million. So why wouldn't you listen to the person who's actually done it? And why would you go down the road or trying to make it hard for yourself to do it? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Am I crazy, D? Don't answer that, D, because you may say yes. I don't know why you wouldn't. So, being a millionaire, what does it take to get there? What is that like? So in this book, I highlighted this out for a reason, and I want y'all to answer in the chat 2 questions. The first question is, what is DTI and how do you calculate it? What is DTI and how do you calculate it? It's a reason why I asked that question. What is DTI and how do you calculate it? And you got to ask yourself, I don't even know what the acronym means. Get some pen and paper out so you know what it means. Because I 100% bet everybody that's on here, on this show and beyond, has some type of DTI. And what does it mean? How do you calculate it? How do you calculate it? So, I brought this up for a reason. Because You could make 200,000, you can make 300,000, you can make 500, you can make $1 million. But your DTI can have you looking like a good solid 5. On the scale of 1 to 10, you might be looking like instead of looking like a snack, you just looking like right? So DTI, all right? Debt to income ratio. Debt to income ratio. How do you calculate your DTI? Oh yeah, debt to income ratio when you're buying your house or real estate, or even when you're trying to take out a loan. You're trying to buy a car, you may be trying to finance something or what have you, and they may be looking at your DTI, right? So DTI, you can calculate this with your total monthly debt divided by your gross monthly income. Your total monthly debt divided by your gross monthly income. How many of you know what your monthly debt is? Do you know what your total monthly debt is? And do you know how much you gross a month? Right? It should be your total monthly debt divided by your gross monthly income. Your gross monthly income. That's before taxes. Before taxes. Do you know what your gross monthly income is? Have you ever calculated it? It's just whatever it is you make a year divided by 12. Right? So let's call this the numbers game. Let's call this the numbers game. Let's call this the numbers game. You know, this is my favorite part. You know, I like whipping out the calculator. You know, I'm a calculator whipper outer. All right. So let's go with our favorite number that everyone likes to talk about on YouTube. What is our favorite number that everyone likes to talk about on YouTube? Like Oprah says, well, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube. What's the favorite number? The favorite number is 45,000. It ain't 100. The favorite number is 45,000. I don't know why that number is so magically delicious to folks. But 45,000. Okay. Divided by 12 is $3,750 a month gross. 45K is $3,750 gross. And they say you should be putting away 20% of your gross salary. So let's have some fun. Muchacha, la da da boom shaka let's have some fun. All right. Multiply that by 20% because you're supposed to put away 20% of your gross. Oops. Come on, 45,000 times 0.20. So you should be putting away $9,000 of your gross. That's $9,000. Right? Let's divide 9,000 by 12. So $750 a month. So $750 a month. That's what we're getting. All right. So you should be putting away $750 a month. All right. So let's go back. So 45,000 divided by 12 is $3,750. So you should be putting away out of that $3,750, you should be putting away the $750 a month. That leaves you $3,000 gross. You stay in a city or a location where the average rent is probably around about, I'm gonna be nice and say, I'm gonna save you and say that your average rent is probably about I don't know, 1,500, 2,000. Rents are more than housing at this point. So let's really be nice and call this a 1,700, right? So let's go on and take off 1,700. So 1,300, right? You already put your 750 away. You paid your rent. I'm gonna say if you live in Atlanta, you need a car. But you can't just be in any car. You got to be in some Kia sports car or some sport package Altima, right? But your credit ain't so great. And you've had some things on there that ain't really sitting too well for the folks. So we're gonna say that you had, instead of you getting, the car at, the 5% or something like that, they hit you up the head with 12-17%, right? They went ahead and just put the boot on your back, right? So that now your car note might be $600. Let's go and take out that 600. And you got a speeding ticket or something of that nature. Let's go on and take out for this insurance of 300. Well, that'd be nice. Let's do 250. Now you still gotta eat, and you know what? You need gas. You need some gas. All right. What we saying gas costs a month, and you drive to work every day. And you drive to work every day, and you got a 6-cylinder, so it's gonna cost you what, $50 to fill up? I don't know. Is it $50 to fill up a 6-cylinder now? Maybe more. I don't know. Well, let's say for the month, 50 times 4 is 200. Right? Oh, what else you need? Food. Ball on the budget. We're gonna say you're a baller on the budget and you can get away with $100 for the month. You're a baller on the budget, you can get away with $100 for a month. So you got 150 left. All right. What else you need? Oh shit. You ain't paid your electric bill for the house and your internet. My bad. That 150 gone. My bad. I forgot. That 150 is gone. That 150 is gone. I ain't trying to do Houdini magic. I'm just giving you like what it is. This is what it is. So that 45K got ate up, but you like, I got 750 saved in the bank. Shawty, what you think? Right? You saved that 750, right? Shawty, what you think? You still haven't contributed to your 401k. What you gonna do? Put $5 in there? They're gonna be like, sir, keep that. Ma'am, keep that. DTI. The reason why I brought it up, because I want you all to go calculate your DTI. In the book, it says 35% or less is the green light. You good to go, you're gonna get approved. 36 to 46%, and you're looking kind of shaky, but we can make work with something. It says you're still eligible for a loan, but you had the opportunity to improve your situation. You're managing your debt adequately, but you may want to consider lowering your DTI. This could put you in a better position to handle unforeseen expenses, but also it puts you in a better position if you could get a hold of it to get better rates on the loan. But this 50% or more, the red light special, where's my TLC? Baby, I'm yours, all yours. Red light special. Sure, that's what you is. You red light special. It ain't looking good for you. All right. You need to take action to get your finances in order. In the eyes of the lenders, you may have limited funds to save or spend. With more than half of your income going toward debt payments, you may not have enough money left to save, spend, handle unforeseen expenses. With the DTI ratio, lenders may limit your borrowing options or even categorize you as not eligible for loans. You the scam. You the scam. We got a lot of scammers out here. Your DTI looking in. Your mindset looking, You hang around with suspect people. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to go nowhere. You don't want to get up and go to work. You don't want to get up. You don't even want to get up to wash your bootay. You running around here with raggedy teeth. You ain't been to the dentist in years. You ain't got no insurance. Your mouth smell like hot garbage. It just ain't a good look, my G. Fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Dear African American baby Jesus, on this day we bring to you the scammers. And on this day that we bring these scammers to you, we want you to fix their life. Yes, we do, African American baby Jesus. We want you to take them out of our lives. We want you to remove them roadblocks from us, Jesus. Yes, we do, African American baby Jesus. I know you work miracles. I know you work miracles. I know you do. In African American Jesus' name, we pray, amen. Right? Fix it, Black Jesus. Fix them black teeth. Don't come out the house with them black teeth and them black spots. Go fix that. You back here, you got like 5 different, your teeth in the back, 5 different colors. That's just tartar and butter. Fix it. You don't have no insurance. Go get you some. You pray every day. Jesus said, you got to work. You can't pray tartar away. Tartar does not, you cannot pray tartar away. You can't. They be in there getting up on the chair, drilling in your teeth, trying to get that tartar up out of there. They were like, ma'am, we can't save these 5 teeth in the back. They gotta go. And then you talking about you want to be in a relationship and you virtuous and you a provider and all this, and your teeth is messed up. Scammer. You the scam. You the scammer. Just point it out. That's all I'm saying. I'm just pointing out the real things. So, being a millionaire, having discipline, shifting your mindset, finding out about your DTI, stop having unlimited beliefs, move them roadblocks of people out your way. Move them roadblocks of people out your way. Move them out your way. You be sitting on the sidelines with them folks, eating bonbons, drinking drinks, having popcorn, this, that, and other, building up tartar plaque on your teeth. The tartar and the plaque build up be so thick and so heavy. It is the tartar and plaque that has built up outside your life, outside your mouth. You got tartar and plaque all around you. You got germs all around you. You better get you some discipline. You better get some Listerine. You better get getting busy. Just over there on Funk Lane, just funking it up. Backstroking in denial. fix it. Let's get into it. How to become a millionaire? Several different ways, right? I've asked you all before, what is your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan? What does that look like? I've asked you before, what does that look like? What does that look like for you all? And I'm not even talking about being a millionaire. I'm just asking you, what does your plan look like? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. There's no BS way to become a millionaire in 5 to 10 to 15 years. Here are 10 steps that still look small on the screen. Let me load it up a little more. All right. They're giving 10 steps, and let me make sure. Yeah. There are a lot of millionaires. Did y'all hear that the thing came out? I played a video, and they say most people in the US are millionaires. Is it you? D, you the millionaire? Sir Octavius Williams Sir Octavius of Williamsburg, is it you? All right. Let's get into it. There are a lot of millionaires in the US. In fact, the US has the most millionaires in the world. And yet and still y'all talking about y'all want to go fly over to some overseas and go over, as they say, a Blackfoot, a Blackfoot. Y'all want to fly overseas, whatever. Let me and I had this conversation this morning. Let's talk about this before we put me back on the big screen. Let's talk about this. All right, let's talk about this. Those guys went down in that contraption underwater, right? And it imploded from the pressure, right? Let's talk about it. They took a chance on life. Fine, whatever. However, there are people, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army, all of them, really Navy, I'm talking about, really focused on. They risk their lives every day for us, right? They risk their lives. And people will be like, oh, the government does so much shifty stuff to other people and we don't know what they do and this, that, and other. I'm going with D on this one. I want to stay with the people that got the big guns and got the advanced technology. You walk down the street. Now, we don't get it wrong. We got domestic terrorism. We do. But don't get me wrong. We not sitting over here walking down the street and somebody is like rat-a-tat-tat from, like from foreign lands. We don't have nothing dropping over our head. Maybe a plane may fall out the sky or something like that. But we don't have that constant fear of our lives every single day. Not like that. Not from being in a civil unrest and a civil war or a nation coming to check. We're not Ukraine and Russia. Let's really be honest. And no, some of you don't agree. But I will say this. You ain't took your ass over there to that other side. The other side. You ain't went over there and been like, I'm gonna go over here and do this mission work. How many of y'all doing mission work with the Ukraine? I know some people that are, but how many of you are doing mission work with the Ukraine? Yeah, I'm there. I ain't seen nothing come through. I ain't seen nothing come through yet saying they doing mission work with the Ukraine. How many of y'all going over to Africa that help them out in Africa in war-torn countries? How many of you would donate to the cause to go help them out, to go do whatever? I'm sure you'll donate. Tam, people who made money in that disaster are expertise they paid using data and machine learning to pinpoint location of the sun. Yeah. Yeah. But again, those submariners know, right, how to find that stuff. Those submariners know. Those sonar techs know. They listen for different animals and stuff, and those sonar techs know. Fire control technician say no. Shout out to the Navy. Shout out to the moving cities. Shout out to the moving cities under the water. You have no idea how lucky you are sometimes that you can get on a plane, fly over, and come back, and your house still be intact, unless you live with Pookie and Ray Ray now. I can understand that, right? All right. There are a lot of millionaires in the U.S. You could become a millionaire too, because joining the Millionaire Club is just a math equation involving time, the amount of money you save, and the rate of returns on your investment. The more you save and the higher your rate of return, the quicker you'll become a millionaire. Get your DTI down too, right? Right? Of course, your work ethic and commitment to your goal of having $1 million in the bank plays into that too. All right. So 10 steps. Create a financial plan. We talk about this all the time. Create your financial plan. Number 2, you got to increase your income. You got to increase your income. Number 3, live below your means. You hear that all the time. Number 4, pay off your debt. Pay off your debt. You don't need them Balenciagas. You don't need that Louis. You don't need that Louis and that Gucci. You don't need that. Understand the power of compound interest. And here they give a little chart here of compound interest. Max out your retirement contributions each year. $22,500 for single, $7,300 for married this year, as of 2023. Choose the right investing brokerage. Fidelity, Vanguard, like they got here, M1 Finance, Stash, whatever the case may be, Acorns. Open a high yield savings account. I've talked about that before. Automate your savings and investing. That gross that I took out when I showed you on that calculator, that 45K, I said take out 20% gross, automatically get rid of that. Just, it ain't there. Just put it in an account. In fact, put it in an account where you don't have access to it, where you have to physically go into the bank and get the money out. Network with millionaires. Again, stop hanging with scammers with bad teeth and bad breath and bad body odor. Leave them out. Go hang with the millionaires. Go parlay where they play. Right? Now, he got a thing here that shows you how to become a millionaire in 5 years. Let me go back up right here. All right. So become a millionaire in 5 years is extremely aggressive goal, but it could happen, right? You can hit the S&P 500 index for 8%. With that return, you have to invest $157,000 each year in order to reach $1 million. And he's showing you how the compound interest works in 5 years. Now, some of you have never even seen this as a salary, much less to to have that and invest each year. So don't put the pressure on yourself. Maybe expand your time. Let's move up to 10 years. All right. So 10 years is much easier than doing it in 5, where you're putting away $63,000 a year. Last year I was putting away 112, right? In order for me to get to my 10 million, I need to be at 208 is what I need to be putting away every year. If I just rely on me working, if I just rely on my W-2, 5 million would be half of that, right? So for me to get to 208 at my time, the time that I want to be done, I'm gonna have to put away 208,000. So that means I got to increase my income in order to put away that 208. or bring down my debt that I have and put that away. When I say debt, like a car note or paying a house, like bring that down. All right. Get debt free, put away more. Right. All right. So to become a millionaire in 10 years, you need to put away 63,000. Well, let's talk about that 63,000. I'm gonna show you how you can get there. And those who was at the meetup the other night know exactly what I'm getting ready to show. So you got to put away 63,000 every year for 10 years to get your $1 million goal. D say my screen was too little. I don't know if I can make my calculator bigger, D. I'm not sure about that. Hold on, let me. Yeah, I can't make it bigger. Sorry. But yeah, let's just stick with this. Let me know in the comments, is this too little? Like, is this too little? Is this calculator too little? All right. So the Wednesday night, I went over in detail about how to find jobs that are paying 10% and 25% into your 401k and what that looks like. So this 63,000 in 10 years as a goal is actually doable, right? And let's talk about how. So I need to bring up a piece of paper. Let me bring up text edit. And let me do a new one. And let me put that on this screen. All right. And let's make this 36. Let's bring this over here. Let's bring that there. And we're going to do some numbers. And let's talk about how we can become a millionaire in 10 years, maybe even sooner, maybe 7 to 8, with this strategy. I didn't record this week. Winslow. I didn't record this week. All right, so you get a job that pays 25% into your 401k, regardless of what you do. Let's say you get a job and at this company, and your starting salary is 205K, right? And let's say you get a sign-on bonus of 15K, right? So total comp, that will be 220 for year one. All right. But the way this works is 25% of your base salary. So your base is 205K. In your 401k, those 205 by 0.25. And this is from the employer standpoint. So 205, oops, not 250, 205 times 0.25. So your employer is going to put in 51,250. That's from the employer. You make a contribution of maxing it out for the year of 22,500. So in your first year, you're putting in 73,750. Make that right for the first year. Right? Now, this says you need with an average return of with an average return, annual return, you need to put away 63,910 for 10 years. Do you think, let's just do math, which one is greater? Let me pull it up and put my calculator and that back up. Boom, and text edit. You putting in 73,000 in the first year. Because you smart. You gonna max out your 401k. And you gonna put away and had it 73,000. So by pure math, do you think that you can get to your goal of $1 million? For the one in the chat, if you believe you can do that. They're saying you need 63. I'm showing you putting away 73. So 73,000. You're putting that away. So this is what I did the other night. I went a little bit more detail the other night. Let's go into investor.gov. Let's go to the compound interest calculator. Let's go back and look at what they were saying. They said 63,916 with an annual return of 8%. So let's do 63,916. So 63,916. And they say it's got an annual return. We talking about 10 years, and an annual return of 8 annually. I don't have no contributions. Calculate. So it got to be It's got to be a calculation of it. It's gonna have to be some type of contribution here. I'm assuming that contribution is probably 63,960. Well, not monthly. Let's go back and look at what is 63,916 monthly. So 63,916 divided by 12 is 53.26. You gotta come back. Calculate. That's the million. 1 million. All right. So let's go with what we're talking about. Text edit. 73,750. Let's do that. 73,750. All right. Your monthly contribution is going to be, where my calculator go? Your monthly contribution is going to be for this is going to be what the employer puts in and what you're going to put in. You put in 1875, right? And let's find out what that contribution is from that a month from your employer. Your employer is putting in 51 51,250. 1 second, please, because he's gonna keep knocking. All right, so 51,250 divided by 12 is 6145 plus 1875 is 8,020. So you'll be putting in 8,020 a month. And over 10 years at a return of 8% annually calculate, you'll be at 1.15 million in 10 years. 1.15 million in 10 years. Now, this can fluctuate. This contribution can fluctuate. And here's where the fluctuate, what I'm talking about. I have not accounted for what has not been accounted for in this. Not notes, but text edit. What has not been accounted for in this is, let me pull this up right here. You just might get a raise over those 10 years from 205K. So year one at 205K, at year two, you could get a bump to be at 215 or more. At year three, you could get a bump and say things are going well. You might move into being at 240, depending on the company, depending on you. You might, and this is the other thing, you might leave. You might leave and go with another company that's doing it 25% or 10%, or you may stay and just continue to ride that out. But let's go back and say you stay and you get a raise every year, which is going to change this number every year. It's going to change the employee contribution. It's going to change the contribution from you, because the contribution from the federal government may go from 22.5 to 23.5. You may work another contract where you're now, instead of a 401k, you may have an IRA set up and you put money into that. You may do a brokerage account where you put money into a brokerage account, right? So let's do some math on that, right? So say you got the one job that's 205, right? You like, I'm feeling froggy. I'm gonna jump out there. Let's do a new one. You may say, hey, my W-2, I'm at 205. And I pick up some side work. And that is at 150. Let's give you credit, 175 an hour. Because you was me now, you put in work. So you may pick up a contract that runs 6 months at 20 hours a week. So let's do this calculator again. Let's say you got 20 hours a week, 20 times 4 is 80. So at 175 an hour times 80, and multiply that by 6. So for 6 months, at 175 an hour, at about 20 hours a week, by 6 months. Sure, I did that right. We're gonna calculate it again. So for 175 an hour times 20 hours in a week times 4 weeks in a month times 6 months, 84,000. You made 84,000 on the side, 1099. You got to pay some taxes on that, right? So you got to pay some taxes on that 84K. But you smart because you got with a CPA. Get with a CPA. Find tax shelters, right? Even look at a charitable remainder trust. But let's look at your total comp now. So let's just go ahead and add that 205 in. So for that year, you made 289,000 for the year, right? And you may do more. But now you got roughly 84,000 that you got to figure out what you're gonna do with it, where you're gonna put that at, and how you're gonna make that work for you. Now, drop a 1 in the chat if you think this is doable. I think it's doable, but I'm not you. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's doable. Put a 1 in the chat if you got Birdman hands. I got Birdman hands, right? Right. So what they're showing you here is 10 years at 63,000 investing to put that away for that. I'm saying find a way, find a company that can help you put that investment away, right? That can put it into your 401k. We ain't talking about match. Match is for babies. We ain't talking about 4%, 6% match. Them for babies. We ain't talking about that. We on some other shit. All right. So here they're just showing you how that compounds over time, the amount investment every year and so forth, what that could look like. I showed you with just with a company that could help you with that strategy, where you can put that away, where you're not doing all the work, right? $63,000 that you're putting away every year. 63,000 that you're putting away every year. I'm gonna round up to 64. Divided by 12 is 5,000 a month, 5,300 a month. Some of you probably make that in a month. So now you got to ask yourself, what job can I get where I could put away $5,300 a month? 54 to be exact. That's just in your 401k. We need to talk about your HSA. We need to talk about your emergency fund. Right? Your HSA is 3750 or 3850 a month. Anyway, it come out to $320 a month single, 608 married. So plus $320 a month. You then still got to put away your money for your emergency fund, and let's just say you putting away $500 a month in your emergency fund. You gotta get some skills, and you gotta have enough where you putting away $6,200 a month. Them just the basics. $6,200 a month. You do that for 10. You're doing that for 10 years. $6,200 a month for 10 years. So, and this is after taxes. This is the money that go into your 401k is before, but then I think your HSA is before, but your emergency fund is after. So you got to figure out $6,200 for 10 years, a month that you're putting away, right? $6,200 for 10 years. So you got to figure out a job where you can still make your bills and be putting away basically a whole paycheck. So if you're making, let's say you're making $250,000 a year, and multiply that by 0.7 because I'm gonna take out taxes, and divide that by 12. That's 14,000 a month. You could do that. Divide that by 2. 7,200. So 250 is where your minimum where you need to be to get you to be a millionaire in 10 years, to put away that amount of money, 63,000, and or you have an employer that's willing to put in anywhere a minimum of 10 to 25%. That's your plan. I just gave you a blueprint. Find the employers that's willing to put away 10% or 25% to your 401k. Finding a job that's paying you $250, max out that money and put it away for 10 years, putting away $6,300 every month for 10 years. That's your plan. You'll be a millionaire in 10 years. And that's all on being a employee millionaire. There's more to this. But I'm just giving you that as a blueprint. All right. Well, that's it for the show. We got more. We got other things to do, more shows to do. I don't know. Did that make sense to everybody? Leave a comment below. Like, subscribe, share the video out. Make sure you get the likes up. Let me get this before we get out here, and let me see what D stated. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So for those of you that this made sense to, make sure you all leave a comment. Make sure you leave a comment. Heather, you already working on your plan? See me afterwards. Yeah, see me afterwards. Yeah, see me afterwards. You said you moved the show, right? Yeah. I don't know what you're saying, D. Just type it in the chat. But I'm just showing you quick and dirty, simple ways. Like, people make it hard to become a millionaire. These are quick. I haven't included in this plan. I haven't included that you increased your skills. I haven't included that you increased your income. I haven't included that you're saving. You might have saved up. I haven't included that you invested into a house or something like that. I include none of that. Right. The other part of this plan is this. This is a crucial part. D, put me on the big screen. You gotta remove the scammers. You cannot do this with the scammers because they don't understand this. They don't understand this. And I'm just talking at a minimum of getting you to $1 million. This is just a minimum. I show you the plan for 10 million. That's easy. We just talking about 1.5 million in 10 years. So some of you may be 25, some of you may be 35. You could be sitting at 2 million in 10 years. But you're going to have to get your skills up. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to put in, you're going to have discipline. You can't sit on the sidelines and hope and pray and wish and you got to work. Very simple. So what skills do you have that's going to pay you $250 to $300? And can you maintain that for 10 years? That's the other part. Can you maintain that for 10 years? Can you maintain working like that for 10 years? Do you have to work like that for 10 years? Can you start a business and have a W-2 and then contract yourself out and hire other contractors where they may do part of their work for you for 10 years? You may be 1099 one of them 10 years. All right, let's do that. Let's show you that. Let's say you do get a job. You're 175 an hour. You work 40 hours a week. That's 7,000, right? you made 7,000 a week because you getting paid 175. Let me do it again. 175 times 40. They're guaranteeing you this work for the next 12 months. Right? So 7,000 times 4 is 28,000. And multiply that by 12 months. That's 336,000. Right? Let's divide that by 24. 336,000 divided by 24. About 14,000. So you basically making 28,000 a month. You don't think that's possible? Okay. So people don't think it's possible. I see y'all out there shaking your head. I can see you through the screen. I can see the scammers through the screen. I see. I see you through the screen. Let me pull this up. Let me go to my email because I pulled it up the other day. It was a job that came through. Let me look it up real quick. And let me do this. I'm bringing it over. I'm looking it up. Oh no. It was an hourly job out in Cape Canaveral, and it was paying $150 to $175 an hour. Because people don't be believing you when you say that, you can get jobs paying this, and I don't know why I don't believe that, but yeah. Let me do contract. Oh, here it is right here. I don't have a reason to lie. Right. Make that a little bigger. It won't let me scroll on my screen here. All right. Yeah, it's not letting me scroll, but okay. You get the picture. Let me go click on it. 125 to 175. It looks a little small. How can I make this bigger? Let me expand down here. It's not letting me scroll. Why? I don't know. Right? It's letting me scroll down there, but not right there. Anyway, W-2 contract only, limited benefits, no C2C. DevSecOps engineer at 125 to 175 an hour. I don't make the jobs up. They're just there. Right? All right, so 175 an hour comes out to that 28,000 a month. Could you do that? Here's a question. This is back on the big screen. This is a question I always have for people, right? If you make this $28,000 a month, and we're talking DevSecOps, I keep saying it, right? DevSecOps, been my theme. And you're making $28,000 a month. Are you gonna go outside? Are you gonna go play? Who going outside? Or are you gonna work? I'm just asking questions. Because I just want to know where you're at. I can show you how you can get there. But first, you got to remove the roadblock. You got to remove your limitless beliefs. You got to get your DTI down. This can help get your DTI down. But you got to be working. You got to have a plan. You got to work towards that. Do you think $28,000 a month could change your life? Nah, you don't think so? No. Them small pennies, right? Like she just talking small pennies. $28,000 a month. $28,000 a month ain't nothing. That ain't nothing, right? That ain't nothing. Everybody made that money, right? I don't know. What if? What if? Multiply that by 2. What if you could make $56,000 a month? I don't know. Right? $56,000 a month by 12, $672. You think it's possible? Maybe. Some people got maybe. Are you going to work or you going to sit at home? You going to work or you going to go outside and take your trips or whatnot? I mean, you're going to take a break. Don't get me wrong. You're going to take a break. You're going to have to. Right? You're going to take a break. You're going to have to do some studying. You're going to have to read. But my point is this. Are you going to miss going outside so much that you can't focus on making your $28,000 a month? Because you just gotta, the streets is calling you. They need me. So I'm just asking those questions. I just want to know where your head is at. Many ways to become a millionaire. I'm just showing you the employee millionaire. You could be the investor millionaire. You could be whatever. I'm just pointing out different things. You could take that money, you can invest it. I just showed you a job paying $1 million. I just showed that job paying $1 million. Right? I just showed that job. Where is it at? Where's Joe at? Right here. Right here. Let's go back to Joe. We just showed you the job paying $1 million. Sit on the sidelines and and be worm food. Let's go back to Joe. $1 million. Right? He ain't the only one. He not the only one. We showed X4 Technologies before at $1 million. Where their recruiters were putting up folks at $1,250,000, whatever the case may be. Let me go over to X4. Let's see what kind of jobs they got. They got 864. I see some 240s. I see here engineering lead security right here. 201 to 350. I'm just telling you to get to 250. Here we go with 350. Right? Let me back out of this so I can go back. I'm gonna do one more and we'll get out of here. Amtrak, staff, security lead, staff engineer at SAIC recruiting, 170 to 250. Here we go right here. Bam. Energy trader. Let's look at that. What is a energy trader? Energy trader contract mid to senior level, $200 an hour. Let me blow it up because you don't believe me. It was posted 4 weeks ago, actually. It's still out there. $200 an hour. So let's go back. Let's bring out our calculator. I'm just showing you what different jobs are at. And we're saying 200 an hour. And we're multiplying that by 40 hours in a week. And we're multiplying that by 4 weeks in a month. And then we're going to multiply that by 12. 384. Right? We'll go back and divide that by 12 again. So 32,000 a month. 32,000 a month. I don't know. D, I don't think they believe it. I don't think they believe it. We're just saying you got to put away 63,000 a year. At 32,000 a month, I think you could put away 63,000 a year. And 63,000 a year comes out to 5,250 a month. You making 32,000 a month. You can't put away 5,200. All right. Well, it's been real. I can show you numbers for days. I can show you 125, 175. I can show you 250. I can show you $1 million. I can even show you some jobs out here that's paying $2 million. If you want to know more, you can sign up for a consultation. Join Women in Linux at meetup.com/Women in Linux. I said I wasn't going to say this, but we are putting together some stuff. I am putting together a mastermind, but I will not talk about the mastermind on YouTube. I won't talk about it on YouTube. I'm going to tell you why I won't talk about the mastermind on YouTube. Because some of you will just be in the way. And some of you won't believe. And some of you talk too much. I'm just being honest. Those who know. Will the mastermind be exclusive? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just giving you a little glimpse of what could be. It's on you to make it what it is. I'm just showing you the possibilities. You're talking about 45,000 a year in salary, and we're talking about 32,000 a month. I just showed you a job, $200 an hour. I showed you a job at $1 million. I showed you a job at 350, 250. I'm just trying to get you to the 250 where you could be a millionaire in 10 years, more than a millionaire in 10 years. But you keep sitting over there in disbelief and scamming yourself out of your future and letting people talk you out of greatness. That's it. It's been real, y'all. Catch you on the next show.